Hi there, trivia fans, and welcome to this new quarantine trivia round, which I am calling Short Round, as you can see by the picture there. So this is just going to be a quick quiz, 10 questions, one topic, bish bash bosh, done, and time to go do something else. So this time the round is going to be history. So 10 questions on history, let's get going. So number one, a bit of a long one here, but as you may know, the British monarchy did not used to be called House of Windsor as it currently is. Previously, they were the House Saxe-Coburg-Gotha. Who was the first British monarch to use the Windsor name? Okay, so who was the first British monarch to use the Windsor name? Okay, so hopefully you're all up on your British monarchy. If you're not, take a guess, as could be said for most of these questions. So question number two. The Holy Roman Emperor Charles VI created which European principality in the year 1719? So, sounds quite complicated, but if in doubt, take a guess at a European principality or small country. So Holy Roman Emperor Charles VI created which European principality in 1719? Question number three. Who became president of the USA after the assassination of Abraham Lincoln? Obviously, Abraham Lincoln getting assassinated was a very famous event, but someone had to follow him. So who came next after Lincoln was assassinated? Question number four. Who discovered the vaccination against smallpox in 1796? And can we get him back to work against COVID-19? So again, who discovered the vaccination against smallpox in 1796? Question number five. Which country was the first to operate an old age pension scheme? Okay. So some of us feeling we might be lucky if we get anything when we hit old age at this point, or currently if we hit old age. But so which country was the first to operate an old age pension scheme? Question number six. The Battle of Rorke's Drift in 1879 featured in which war? Okay, so the Battle of Rorke's Drift in 1879 featured in which war? If you need a clue, there's a film about it. Quite a famous one. Okay, question number seven. Simple one here. What nationality was Karl Marx? Okay. What nationality was Karl Marx, the famed socialist? Okay, and I will give you a clue, but it's probably not going to help very much, is that we have a photo of my dad at his birthplace with a football scarf for a small Scottish club, Auchinleck Talbot. I didn't say it was going to be much of a clue to help people, but there you go. Question number eight. In which year did the Titanic sink? This one's a fairly standard trivia question, I think. Which year did the Titanic sink? Question number nine. In which century did Italian friar Thomas Aquinas live? Okay, in which century did Italian friar Thomas Aquinas live? Let's have a quick look and find out what Thomas Aquinas was about. Because I know the name, but I couldn't tell you anything about him. Here we go. Google says that St. Thomas Aquinas was an Italian Dominican friar, philosopher, Catholic priest, and doctor of the church. An immensely influential philosopher, theologian, and jurist in the tradition of scholasticism. He is also known within the latter as the Doctor Angelicus and the Doctor Communis. So, here's hoping that helped. And question number 10. Who was the ruler of the USSR from 1917 to 1922? Okay, so who was in charge of the USSR 1917 to 1922? Remember, the USSR is the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, or used to be. No longer there. Okay, so that's all the questions. If you need a bit more time, just pause the video. You can have a look at my lovely mug while you're doing it. But on that note, we are going to go on to the answers. Okay, so if you're ready, let's go. So question number 1 was basically which was the first British monarch to use the Windsor name. That was, of course, King George V, current Queen's dad. Changed it during the war because Saxe-Coburg-Gotha sounded a little bit too German. A bit like the family. Question number 2. Holy Roman Emperor Charles VI created which European principality in 1719? No, well, I would say, of course, but it's not necessarily obvious. It was Liechtenstein. Liechtenstein. Possibly most famously known for being the made-up surname of Heath Ledger's character in the movie A Knight's Tale. Question number 3. Who became president of the USA after the assassination of Abraham Lincoln? It was Andrew Johnson. I wouldn't have got it. Don't know if anyone you did. If you did, well done. Question number 4. Who discovered the vaccination against smallpox in 1796? It was Edward Jenner. Don't think he's related to Kylie Jenner though. Probably a different line. Okay, question number 5. Which country was the first to operate an old age pension scheme? Well, this one was Germany in 1891. Not to roll out any stereotypes, but they apparently have been very efficient about getting organised. Question number 6. The Battle of Rorke's Drift in 1879 featured in which war? Well, if we gave you the line, wait till you see the whites of their eyes, would that give you a clue? It was the Zulu War. Obviously the famous movie made about it was Zulu. Michael Caine, great film. Question number 7. What nationality was Karl Marx? Well, he was German. Well done if you got that. Question number 8. In which year did the Titanic sink? As I say, this is a fairly standard one. I don't think it's 97. I think that was just when the movie came out. The year it sank was 1912. 1912. Question number 9. In which century did Italian friar Thomas Aquinas live? I would say with this one, I'm guessing most of you just took a guess, unless you happen to know your 13th century Italian scholars and friars. You got 13th century, very well done. And question number 10, who was the ruler of the USSR from 1917 to 1922? That was, of course, Vladimir Lenin. Lenin, not Lennon. Lenin. Okay, so that's the end of the quiz. Thank you very much for taking part. Please like, follow, share, subscribe, or whatever options are available on your social media. Get the word out, and we're able to give more trivia content. It can be found on Facebook at facebook.com/quarantinetriv. And we also have a website, quarantinetrivia.seanholroyd.com. And thank you very much for taking part. I hope you enjoyed, and we will have another short round soon. Thanks.